Blam! Hello, internet fans, and welcome to another episode of the Buddies Forever live hangout with your hosts, Rotten Roger DeMarco, and I'm pointing at that one.
This one, that one,
pointing at you.
This one, evil across the pond,
and
your mother, father, your brother, your sister.
Something else.
Your mother did.
And
remix one up.
What up, tapeworms? VHS Mikey.
My dramatic pause. It was
literally. I'm sorry, I roughed up.
Spoiled. We're leaving.
Roughed up the dramatic pause, but yes, we are here with VHS Mikey live in the video store. It is another Friday night, and that can only mean it's time for another live stream. This time, it is a Patreon selected live stream.
Yeah,
and sort of yeah, go ahead.
I have a message to relay. This is a Patreon live stream that was requested by Big Book Fest on the Instagrams, and this is the message I have to relay that was requested. Hey, I know you're watching. Happy birthday, motherfucker! Your move.
Oh, your move, creep. I love it. Well, happy birthday to whoever this goes to.
I didn't get a name to who it was, so whoever it is, I know you're watching. Happy birthday.
It's a happy
ball
birthday.
Is in your court now.
Yes,
and
it is time to talk a little bit about the Tarzan Singh 2000 movie. 21 years ago, bro. 2000.
And a movie I've not seen since it was in the theater. So this has been a 21-year odyssey return to this movie.
The Cell. And guess what? I fucking love this movie. So I'm glad I'm glad you got to revisit it. Yeah, Mikey watched it a few times this week. I've watched it twice this week. And it is you better pack your fucking lunch when you're watching The Cell. This is up there as one of those. It's a heavier crime movie, especially for 2000. So you want to give the folks at home a brief plot synopsis, Mr. Evil? The best you can.
Well, I feel it very much falls kind of in kind of the same motif as we did last week. We did the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which was done by a music video director, and we have kind of the same setup here with the music video guy. I feel in very much hardcore music video mode, making a movie of Vince Vaughn. Yes, that Vince Vaughn out to catch a killer. Good old Vincent D'Onofrio.
What?
I said Vincent D'Onofrio.
What?
Vinny D.
What?
That guy that is in all those movies with other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Old Vinny D, man. And he does great in this movie. Right up there with your Hannibal Lecter, Buffalo Bill, all of those guys, in my opinion. It's got a real, like, bothersome vibe about him. Yeah. It's a heavy one. I'm going to try to, before you get going, let's try to acknowledge some of the people.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful people down here.
We got Christopher Harris in the house. We got Ready Player Movies. We got Miss Heather. We got Lydia. We got, I don't even know, but the shit's flying by, so I'm trying to keep up. But
it's all the good people in the world.
Yeah. So, the plot synopsis is, there's a lot more to this movie. There's a lot of weird subtext. There's a lot of visually pleasing things going on.
And J-Lo, more importantly, looking
it is very
wonderful.
much a dreamy music video film. But yeah, our serial killer that kidnaps a woman and slowly drowns her in a big fucking box.
Yeah, pretty much.
He all of a sudden drops of a brain aneurysm, some kind of shit, and he's kind of in a perpetual dream state. So I don't know if it's convenient that it happens to be in either the same town or in the proximity of where Jennifer Lopez's character is part of this. It has to be in the trillions of dollars project where she puts on this like muscle mecha looking suit and then puts a blanket with electrodes and shit all over her face.
My kind of girl.
That allows her to enter the dream world of whoever is in the room next to her, which Man, talk about some intense science. And speaking of science,
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yes.
I'm going to do that every time.
I really wish that Remix had watched this movie so we could discuss some of the science in this movie.
Oh my Lord, I feel like he would blow a gasket off that that rag that is put over their face.
It literally is it's a microfiber rag with like fucking circuits on it. But okay,
it's
so
a great prop.
So plot wise, as Evil was saying, Jennifer Lopez she's basically a glorified psychiatrist who can use these this
I don't know what she is exactly.
This fucking
they're just
suit.
Like they're like she's got a talent for reaching people.
Yes.
That's all I know.
So she's Heather Langenkamp in Elm Street 3, but with a dream suit thing. And we get introduced to her, and she's trying to sort of coax this little boy out of a coma, right? He's in a coma. He's had some sort of trauma. And they kind of allude a little bit to the father abusing him, and that's why he's in this coma. They don't come out and say it. It's just kind of subtext. But that's going to lead me...
Subtext. That's all shit you're like left to imply.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to lead me straight into my Gwildor Award. My Gwildor Award is going right off the bat to the little boy when he is the Mucky Luck. With his stupid fucking fish eel hands and his CG teeth. I as interesting as that whole thing is, the Mucky Luck gets the Gwildor Award because that is dumb as fuck. I hate it. I've seen this movie 100 times. Every time I watch it, I'm like, that's so dumb. I don't know.
I'm just wondering how J-Lo holds a job and gets to smoke weed in this movie. Like, do they drug test at that place?
The idea for this whole project, man.
Man, microfiber.
Yeah, she's like getting high, and
what if I put a wash rag over my face, but I hook it up to a battery first, and I can enter your fucking dreams? How does that sound?
That's some...
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That's like...
There's a grant for $1 million. Go make it.
Science waterboarding. I don't know. Like, it's fucking weird. I don't get it. But, yeah, and so to further progress the plot, like you were saying, Vincent D'Onofrio is this very cunning, crafty serial killer who's slowly starting to get sloppy. And he starts to leave...
sloppy because he's, like, near his, like, in state of becoming a vegetable because he's constantly popping these...
A leave?
No, they're generic as fuck aspirin.
Just plain old aspirin. Just, when dad's popping aspirin like popcorn, or whatever the fucking line is.
I got anxiety. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I got anxiety when he spilled them all over the bathroom. I don't know why. I was like, the poor prop guy has to go fill that back up. And I was getting nervous for him.
With Tic Tacs, because he can't have real medicine. But, so he's slowly getting sloppier, but then he has this brain aneurysm or whatever, and he's in a coma. So of course, like you're saying, they got to reach out to J-Lo. She's the only one who's good at reaching people or whatever.
But before you get to J-Lo, you get him dropping off his previous victim, which after they drown, he kind of coats them in bleach, and essentially he's turning their bodies into looking like porcelain dolls with excessive like amounts of bleach, which I mean, you probably could just find who's buying bleach in massive Sam's Club level quantities. You probably could find the killer, but we go to where the body's been dumped over a bridge, and we get the most CSI level introduction for, of all people, Vince Vaughn, lead detective. And it's hard to see Vince Vaughn as a kind of hard-nosed, like, investigator cop when every time I see him, I think more of this.
I disagree. He's amazing in True Detective.
What were they like anyway? They look pretty good. Are they real? Are they built for speed or for comfort? What'd you do with them? Motorboat? You play the motorboat?
You motorboat,
son of a bitch. You
Poor
old sailor.
Vince, you're doing my boy wrong.
No, he does great in this movie, and I don't know where your Gwildor Award is, but I did have a sneaking suspicion that it may be Vinny V.
No, I enjoy Vince Vaughn. My Gwildor, and it's a weird one because it's not because I think I'm not giving the Gwildor award because he's bad, but I can't see him in any other role than what I've seen him in other than this. And it's the other tech guy that's behind the glass doors when they're doing the cell work. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the actor's name. He does fine, but he's like the tech guy in control of shit. But I always just picture him.
Oh, he's from Trick or Treat.
Yeah, he's from Trick or Treat, but I still picture him first from Let's Go to Prison.
Yeah.
He's like the head of the prison. So every time I see him, all I can picture is him going, if you have an idea, write it down on a piece of paper, fold it up real nice, and stick it up your asshole.
Mine's the budget Tim Robbins looking guy.
Is that the same guy?
No, he was one of the detectives. He's like either asleep or hanging around. He's not doing a whole lot.
He's the dude from the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Oh, I see. I haven't seen that.
Yep, yeah. Steven Weber. He wishes
that fucking bugged me. I was like, what the hell? I was like, is that Tim Roth?
Yeah,
no,
Tim Roth. Yeah,
he's that guy. He's the poor man's Tim Roth, 100%.
Yeah. I'm like, he's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, hashtag poor man's Tim Roth. I'm glad he's out there doing things, or at least he did a few things in 2000 and in 2006.
Yeah, he cut his hair, and he's like, I'm going to be in Dawn of the Dead, and then I'm calling it a day.
Now, I know that this viewing this week for you was your first viewing in 20 years. So I wanted to kind of want to pick your brain. How do you feel about some of those scenes when you see the victims that are bleach blonde? They got like ants and shit on them. Does it bother you as much as it bothers me? It feels really real when you're looking at these corpses.
It doesn't feel real to me. Seeing them all bleached out like that, they feel like they belong as sub characters in Hellboy 2 to me.
Okay, yeah.
That's all I see is Hellboy characters when I see the bodies. Because you have the hair, the body, and the eyes. The eyes bleached out entirely is what it does. It's like, oh, this feels like someone that could walk right out of fucking Hellboy, the Golden Army.
Yeah, I suppose I never make that connection. So
it was heavy for me. It kind of, after I watched this film, I felt kind of heavy. Mm-hmm. And I had trouble. I just started thinking about it like afterwards, like I felt for his victims, and I think it's a real heavy movie. And why are you guys bringing me on a heavy movie talk?
I had no choice.
I wasn't planned this way. Somebody wanted us very much to cover this movie.
Give me some Puppet Master or Troma or something. We could have some fun.
Somebody went above and beyond that, insisted that this is what we cover this week, and definitely paid us handsomely for it. So we thank the Big Book Fest for the generous donation. And yeah, absolutely. I took a little portion of that because I had to buy this movie because this is the first time in all these years we've gotten a request, and it's like, I actually don't own this. I need to go pick it up.
Yes, and I'm glad that it's in your collection so we can discuss it further when you have more subsequent viewings. But I did
get better. I do remember watching it in 2000, when I'm fucking like 16 years old, thinking like, it's super artsy, which still a lot of the dream sequences, like, I totally, like, the wife even asked, like, so what'd you think? I was like, I definitely feel like I'm in partially a Tool music video.
Oh, yeah, he definitely, the director made a Tool music video, right?
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's where his start was primarily music videos, Tool, like 9 Inch Nails and shit.
Yep. You can tell looking at it.
Yeah,
it's got all that aesthetic to it.
Yeah, 100%, like, really crazy over-the-top music video stuff. And that's one of the other things. I know Mikey was talking about it off air, and so I did some research, and basically this movie was inspired by a ton of different artists. There's this British artist named Damien Hirst. There's another one named Odd Nerdrum. Obviously, there's H.R. Geiger stuff, and there's a
Odd Nerdrum. That is a great name,
right? That's something like you feel like we would make up. And then there's these, and it's these other artists called the Brothers Quay, who all of the art in this movie is inspired by their stuff. And
that sounds like a group that belongs in the Matrix. You need to go talk to the Brothers Quay.
It sounds like, to me, like a bunch of like Seattle music pussies, but
it sounds
like the Brothers Quay. They fucking wear flannel and got greasy hair.
Sounds new metal as shit to me, but
right.
And it fit being 2000.
And I don't
you're right in that spot.
I was gonna bring it up because I had to figure out who this actress was, but in the inside of D'Onofrio's brain, when there's all this dream sequence and scary stuff, there's like a super buff like demon girl, right?
Nicole Bass, I want to say, look like
that's
I thought she was awesome.
Kim Chavesky Nichols. She was a real life badass bodybuilder, and she's stomping around in this movie with her titties hanging out. And I was like, this might be.
She didn't get jacked up like that for this movie. She was already like that.
It's really like maybe why I started thinking like China was super hot around that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
she's gorgeous.
Like getting into the super buff chicks. It's all this movie's fault. Damn it,
chicks that work out. I'm like the most out of shape guy ever. I'm like, I really like chicks that work out.
VHS Mikey with the weird glasses. Nice to see you, bro. Let's see. Just realized Mikey's in the store. Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, he's all the way over there.
Yeah. But yeah, I did want to kind of say, when we get to tie-ins, obviously we all have some weird tie-ins, but when I was rewatching this week, and I watched it again last week before because I knew we were going to do this, it had been a hot minute, right? It's not a feel-good fun movie, so it's a movie that gets pulled off the shelf sparingly. And when I was watching it, I was like, dude, this is right up there. Like, this feels like it goes with like Silence of the Lambs. It feels like it goes with Seven. You know, all of these kind of heavy, not fun killer movies that have like some art, a little bit of art and talent behind the camera.
I would. I'm trying not to get into tie-in territory just yet, but I feel like it'd fit more kind of like with like an Event Horizon type mode. Like,
oh man,
it's got horror elements and a lot of horror visuals, but it's still very, very much in a science fiction kind of theme or mode to it. But it's definitely got the visuals like Event Horizon kind of does, where it just kind of grabs you. Like, I can't not think of Vinny D.
What?
D'Onofrio.
What?
Dino Freno.
What?
That guy that's in this movie.
What?
And when he has his demon kind of look, and he's got it's hair. It's two tufts of hair, but they're done in like
with your
like,
manic glue
legend horns. Yeah. It's got all the. It's the first movie I can think of too, where you have where they kind of showcase someone that's into that's human suspension thing, because he got all those hooks in his back, and it's like, what the fuck? And definitely in 2000, I was like, what the hell is this weird shit? Now, of course, you know, every year at least I see somebody swinging from like a 12-foot fucking rope or something like this doing that. But back then, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's super different.
Get to see Vinny D's butt.
What?
His pale ass.
What?
The cheeks.
What?
All there.
Yeah.
Hey, those cheeks are totally clappable, man.
Yeah, also Vinny D rocking the toupee in this movie.
I mean, that's not his real hair.
That's not his real hair. Ever since fucking Ninja Turtles, I look up if these people have their real hair, because I've been duped once before.
Casey Jones just shattered your belief in anyone growing hair.
Yeah, I was like that's not D'Onofrio's real hair, is it? And of course, when you look it up, they're like, he wore a lot of toupees in the movie. I'm like, all right, my suspicions were correct. But there's something about him, dude. Like, I feel like Vinny D can do no wrong. Like, when there's the one scene in his dreams, right? And J-Lo comes into his dream or into his psyche or whatever.
Oh, I wish.
And he's at the bathtub talking about that being his first victim.
Oh, yeah.
That is pure nightmare fuel when he's talking about his dad and then he backs into the corner. Like, there's one line of dialogue and I forget specifically what he says, but when he does it, it's like they kind of picture, they almost Ted Levine his voice.
I thought it was like backwards talking.
Right, they grew a little bit.
Like you're in a, what's that movie with the The little dude in the cabin. Can't remember. I don't know.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead, sure. No.
Twin Peaks.
Oh, okay. But yeah, but it's for whatever reason when that scene happens, I'm like, man, my skin's kind of crawling. Like when he cranks it up and is like, it's him as like his alive self. That serial killer, he's scary. He looks cool as shit in the dream sequences, kind of like thinking of himself as a god with that like big Spawn like cape and all that shit.
He's got a wardrobe that is just out of this world in this movie. When they're in his dream realm, like he's got some wild ass fucking outfits. The one that sticks out, and the scene that sticks out probably most for me is his Pope look.
The vulture.
Pope.
And the dentures with the little teeth.
When he's clapping and shit, and he fucking slices open Vince Vaughn's stomach, pulls out an intestine and puts it on that rope or on that crank, and kind of like a music box cranks it, and it's pulling his intestines out bit by bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh God. And he's just
dude, when we were watching it, because we watched it again today, right before the live stream, so we could have it fresh in our brain, right? And that Pope outfit scene, that whole deal, when that scene starts, he's doing a handstand in the corner with his feet up, and he kind of does the like, and I was like, boy, you think that fucking Skarsgård might have seen this movie like before he did, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
And then his Pennywise is so much like that. Boy, is it close, dude. I'm like, damn. Somebody got some inspiration from The Cell.
We'll just accuse him, like, Skarsgård, you took all this shit from The Cell, didn't you?
You stole it from Vinny D.
Check.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you watch Bram Stoker's Dracula, of course, the costume designs are very similar because it's the same girl. But the costumes is what always gets me excited about this movie. I think they look really cool. I would wear them, shopping or something, just as the Vulture Pope man, buying my Wheaties or something.
Going to the grocery store, buying paper plates, dressed like
acting very unassuming.
Yeah, clapping and everything. Like he is scary. He is bothersome in this movie. But
yeah, he's a versatile dude. He went from this, and it's not a stretch, just for me at least, to see like in the movie we covered a few weeks back, where he's like a professor that is
in Sinister,
well versed in cult lore and shit, like completely other end of the spectrum. But he's really good at that. And you see him in this, and you see him like in, I know you haven't seen it yet, but the Newton Boys, where he's part of like these hunky boys that are bank robbers in the Old West. Like he kind of just can shapeshift and go into different places. And man, is he shapeshifting all over this motherfucker.
He's got a Dave Sheridan face, like a rubber face, right? Like you can play kind of anybody. Are you kidding? What just happened? We just get $100 super chat.
I don't know.
Jeez.
Thank you, Mr.
Awesome.
Dude.
Thank you so much.
Dewey Bookley with $100.
Can you play the science song so I could dance to that? That's amazing.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I'm just going to knock down the whole set.
Science rules.
We'll keep it going.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
$100. I don't know what to.
Chat is on fire today.
I don't know what to do about.
Yeah, I know that guy.
I don't know what to do with that either.
Well,
like
again,
sniper out of nowhere, Dewey comes in and just pops all three of us. And
I mean, I know it's $5. It's $5 for a shot or $10 for a shot, but you might do a shot for that.
I would do a shot for that.
I won't even do a shot. I'll just take a swig from the skull.
Oh God!
Is that the
Drink
Dan
from the skull of
Aykroyd
the
crystal
enemy.
skull? Is
That's
that
the
the Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah, that's the most expensive shit on the planet.
Man,
It's not the most expensive, but it's the most expensive for a little guy like me.
you're drinking all the live stream money.
Dude,
It is.
I really don't know what to do. I got really sidetracked now.
I'm gonna have to work him out of this when he gets teared up.
Okay, I'm gonna try and focus here because it's something I want to say. We're 21 minutes in. Okay. Wow. Give me a second. Just give me a second. I don't.
You gather yourself. We just talked about Vinny D's cosplays and stuff in this. how much do you think Jennifer Lopez had a hand or influence in her get-ups? Because she gets some pretty interesting dream wardrobe as well.
Oh, I'm sure she had some sort of input. Because
I definitely think she had all the input on when
her regular
she
clothes
flips the script. Yeah, no, when she flips the script at the end, and instead of going into his dreams, she does the thing where it's like, oh, holy shit, don't do that, and invites him into hers.
Well, she's final girl, you know.
Well, I was gonna say for anybody that's young in the crew here who, okay, because this is a 21-year-old movie.
This movie could drink now on its own.
It could. I want you to, if you can immerse yourself in the culture of the year 2000. Jennifer Lopez, when this movie came out, she was like Hollywood's it girl. She was the most banging looking girl on the planet.
Still is.
Very talented, making, doing all types of music and all this stuff. But she was, and it's not sexist. It's a real deal. Like, she was really well known for her like pre-Kardashian ass. You know what I mean? Because the Kardashians.
Still known for it.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal.
It's because it's amazing. But
she was the top of the pop charts.
Yeah.
Around this time,
she was a fly girl on In Living Color. Way previous. But so there's a lot of stuff in this movie.
Fucking firing on every cylinder. She's like, I'm gonna fucking rule the music world. I'm gonna rule the movie world.
Modeling.
What else is there?
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff when she's in her regular clothes, like when she's lounging and smoking weed and stuff. She's in like booty shorts and
Why'd you point to me?
Because you brought up her smoking weed. But she does a lot of like
rewinding that scene. Like, come on, just angle it into the camera just slightly. No, she doesn't.
She pushes the hip out, just a little bit.
She got the bathon.
Very, gorgeous. But Strange Monkey with a $5
Oh my
super
God,
chat
the
says,
chat is on fire.
One time for Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
What?
The Ringmaster.
What?
Stunning Steve.
What?
The Rattlesnake.
What?
Toughest son of a bitch in the World Wrestling Federation.
What?
The Raging Redneck. Steve Austin.
Yeah.
What?
All right, you gotta have
I feel like we should break some Doritos together or something.
You need a shot of the hot sauce, good sir. Lydia says, "Damn, I was 2 when 2000 when this movie came out. I saw this in theaters.
So did I.
Yeah,
I think dads made kids because they were watching this movie.
Yeah. Well, I think if you made a kid when you were watching this movie, you might have something wrong with you. There's a lot of. Here's the thing. I know you said some of the dead bodies didn't really bother you. They make you think of other things. But a lot of that stuff in the psyche or whatever you want to call it of Vincent D'Onofrio, it's really, there's a couple of like weird camera moves that make me think of the House on Haunted Hill remake.
Yes.
Real jittery.
That's definitely what I was feeling.
Yeah.
When I saw, when you're in his psyche and you're seeing his previous victims in their like little cell box, which don't know why we call it the cell, but when then you're like, man, they use a lot of cell-like images and things in this movie because you have the biggest head scratcher for me outside of how the fuck this project is funded that they do this dream shit with is how Vinny D has this giant glass case complete with toilet and shit all in it
out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that just slowly fills after 40 hours with water, drowns somebody, has a release valve. Like, what?
Yeah.
Well, there was food too. Like, is it like dropping ho-hos down the chute or what?
Yeah, how does that work? I don't know. Like,
how do I get one?
I was wondering, like, it's got the toilet. I was like, I wonder if she just keeps flushing when the water keeps coming in, if she can counteract.
Right, try to flush it faster. She'd probably accidentally flood it and then be.
Before we continue, like, I got to try out Roger's bidet. Oh man, that is a treat. I'm never going back, man. I'm going home and I'm installing mine right away.
It's nice. Me and Evil, we were ahead of the curve. We knew what was up. But also,
we saw 2020 down the barrel and we're like, toilet paper, that's
I'm
for
pampered.
More people you guys are doing now.
Yeah,
my butthole is shining.
Commoners with your toilet paper. But never forget, since this movie was sort of a box office smash, right? That they years later down the road there was The Cell Part 2 that was direct to video.
Wow,
No
that
way.
sounds
They made a
awful.
sequel to this?
We got to watch it.
Sure did.
Oh my god.
Which I got the numbers right here. This movie cost $33 million to make.
Woo.
I believe it in 2000.
Oh god, well yeah, because it's a lot of like green screen, a lot of really nice set design, all kinds of shit. But and it earned $104 million, so it made its money back, and then it sat for a decade, and then some asshole made a direct-to-video sequel.
That's lame.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a
difference right there of like The Cell with a lot of CGI still looks better than that fucking wall gimmick in the Elm Street remake.
It does. Well, it's a different type of CGI in this movie, right? This type of CGI,
yeah, older technology.
But it's used sparingly, even though there's a lot of it, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's a lot of practical,
a little, but a lot of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of practical set design, but then there's green screen elements. And some of the shit's for no reason too. Like, here, this blue ribbon that's tied to a tree is CG. Like, why? Why can't you just tie a blue ribbon to the tree? I don't know.
Flow right.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how many fans you'd have to have in order that to flow the right way?
Well, maybe they shot that separately and composited it or something.
Yeah, some of that shit stands out. Some of it doesn't age real well, but for the most part, I would say that this movie really kind of nailed its tone and its style, and it's still about 98% looks good still.
Can I ruin the tone of the movie? I want to do a third straight-to-video sequel on VHS, and it's going to feature Mick Foley in Hell in the Cell.
What?
Mick Foley, huh?
What?
Dude Love?
What?
Cactus Jack?
Jack.
What?
Mr. Bang Bang?
What?
Multi-time world champion?
What?
Cameo
Tag champion.
superstar?
What?
Mr. Sacco?
What?
Rocket Sock Connection?
Cameo star?
What?
Multi-time best-selling author?
What?
Have a nice day.
We were editing your footage earlier, Evil, and you have an awesome Mick Foley impression.
Just saying.
Years of practice.
Yeah. I was walking around the house doing it. Like,
Yeah.
But we heard you for hours.
So, definitely, it's so weird how perfectly this fit in with what we were covered the previous week, because I was, after watching this and like definitely enjoying it more than I did 21 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think, being 38, having a better appreciation of things, because I think I just went to go see it back then because
it was a movie and you could get out.
I was 15, 16. I was like, that's what we did. We went and saw anything, no matter what the hell it was. Like, yeah, let's go see it. But man, watching it the other day, I was like, I wish not that Samuel Bayer didn't do an all right job, and there is a fucking awesome movie somewhere in that Elm Street remake. But man, just using like a dream element and visuals that are in this movie, if I could just marry some of what Samuel Bayer was doing with what's his name?
Tarzan Singh.
Yeah, I'm never going to get that.
Tarzan Singh was doing in this, because I think he has a very...
Got the eye for it.
Yeah, he has a very good eye. Like how you were talking, like when he's Vinny D's at that bathtub scene. Like I'm looking at him. I'm actually not even listening to him. Really, because I'm a freak for set decor. I'm just looking around at everything, being like, ooh, everything looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks like a music video, but that doesn't mean it looks like a bad music video.
Right. It's not a Rob Zombie music video. It's just a music video. But one of the things I was gonna say. And I got sidetracked by that giant fucking super chat that fucked my world up. Is
champion of super chatters.
Hey, we can get pizza.
Dewey. So I don't want to butcher this name either. But Mark Protosevich was
my name is Mark Protovich.
Was the screenwriter for this movie, and it was his debut screenplay. He wrote this movie. And the studio and the director took it and changed it completely. This movie doesn't represent the original screenplay, so Mark Prodosevich, or however you pronounce it, he doesn't even claim this movie on his credits anymore because he's so upset.
Jeff Bird it.
Yeah, straight up Jeff Bird it, because he was like, I don't like what you guys did to my vision. Like, I wrote this and I gave it to you because I thought you were capable and you fucked it up, which makes me curious.
Man, I wonder what
I want to see what he had, because I feel like this movie doesn't pull any punches. Like, it's violent when it wants to be violent. It is, I feel like it's scary. I feel like it's heavy. It's like all the things I want. I got my detective drama. I got my, serial killer hunt. And then I've got some nightmare stuff. I've got a bunch of naked chicks. I've got all this weird.
I forgot about that.
Gross imagery.
I was like, I don't remember much. I don't remember any nudity in this movie.
Oh God, it's every 3 seconds.
Yeah. Don't watch with any kids around.
I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, let me offer that disclaimer for anyone who hasn't seen this movie or hasn't watched it in a hot minute. This is an after dark movie, and I made the mistake of today watching it at like noon, and we had to tell the kids, like, hey, give us 2 hours where you don't come down, because there's really no pausable spots. It's either a dead body on screen or tits. Like, if you're lucky, I can pause it when there's an albino dog on screen.
Dad, can I have a popsicle and there's like a naked bodybuilder chick on the screen?
Like, give us...
Like, hurry up.
Yeah. Pause it right on it. It's a giant areola on the fucking screen. Like, I can't...
It just blows up really big.
Dad, what are you watching? Oh, it's a science program.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
So go get your thing and get out of here. We're watching science.
Get the fuck out of here. We're
That was
learning
like
about
the
science.
worst choreographed dancing in the planet.
Yeah, well, we're not fucking OK Go or anything. I don't know. Or
That's
whatever.
the most I moved in months.
Oh, give me a treadmill and watch me go.
The fucking OK Go music video on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I literally was watching that shit earlier today.
I know. You sent it to me like a week ago. You were like, this is all a oneer. I'm like, I know. It's fucking insane. That's one of Megan's favorite music videos ever. But...
shoot me in the head if you're like, we're gonna do an OK Go music video just like how they did it. If you don't know what we're talking about, after this live stream, look up OK Go music video and watch these 4 guys on these fucking like 8 treadmills, and it's one shot. And the fact that there's not the same level of murders in the cell that's in the production of that music video will blow you away. I would have strangled people.
We just cut in some scenes from the new Jackass trailer of them falling on those treadmills.
I'm so excited about the new Jackass.
I'm definitely ready. I need some stupid fun in my life. This has been a rough year. But there's so much to talk about with this movie, dude.
Were you able to buy? Because, I mean, at the time, I did not think of Vince Vaughn at all. Like, he was just a regular guy. I didn't even remember he was in the fucking movie until I looked at buying the movie again. So, going back, I'm literally just seeing the motorboat dude from Wedding Crashers and all the shit that he's done. I know you have you kind of think of him in Psycho. So, was it easier than it was for me to kind of buy him as this really fucking got his shit together, he knows what to do detective?
Dude, I'll go and then I'll let you go. Yeah, dude, I that's a hill that I'm gonna die on. I've brought it up a couple times on this live stream. I think Vince Vaughn is a fucking phenomenal actor, and I don't see him as just a derpy comedy guy, even though, like, you got the Wedding Crashers stuff, you got Dodgeball, Old School, you got all of these movies where he's very funny, right? But for whatever reason, I've always loved that Psycho remake, and that damn near gets me murdered in the horror community for bringing that up, and that was 2 years before
I still
this.
need to watch that.
You haven't seen it at all?
I've seen like scenes back when it was on like cable TV, but I've never like, all right, we're gonna watch his Psycho start to finish. I need to. Maybe we should just theme a fucking whole month for Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm not scared.
Yeah, I'm in.
And so, yeah, I love him in this movie, and that was, like I said, was 2 years before this. He did Psycho, and he started to kind of pepper in these more serious roles. And there's one scene, and I've been quoting it all week, is when he's kind of giving the pep talk to his team, and he's like, two things could happen. One is this, or two, which is the one that I believe, is that he wants to be caught. Like that whole spiel, like you said, it seems like he's got his shit together. Seems like he's a real fucking detective. Like you
get a hint of that, like he's too committed to the job because he's doing his fucking brushing his teeth with 2 Dixie cups in his office. Well, he's got the classic, tank top under his work pants and stuff. Like, I did sleep last night.
And before I let Mikey talk about Vince Vaughn, I was gonna say the other thing that they allude to, but they never spell it out for you, is he tells the whole story of why he became a cop, because of he was a prosecutor or whatever, and it went wrong. But then later in the movie, he does have some sort of exchange with J-Lo, and he says, you got to believe that these upbringings or whatever, that's bullshit. That's not what made him, because I think people can be abused and still be good. So he's alluding to the fact that he was abused. They never come out and say, like, well, I was abused and that's why I became, but it's all there. Like, he had to catch the bad guys. He was a prosecutor, like wanted to put the bad guys away, found out that didn't work, so then decided he was going to be a cop to really catch the bad guys. And, he's the exact opposite of Vincent D'Onofrio's character. He had a bad upbringing, but chose to fight bad instead of become bad.
2 Vincents. One's good. Yeah. One's anything but.
Face Off, or not Face Off, fucking Double Impact. No.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Mikey. What'd you think of Vince Vaughn's?
As a funny guy, I can kind of understand how you can have many layers to you. How, to the outside world, you're always laughing, you're always happy, you're always outgoing, or the funniest guy at the party or whatever. Mm-hmm. But inside, you could be facing a lot of struggles and things that are a little harder to deal with, heavy things. So you kind of use this mask to. And for him, it was the career, as you mentioned, his molestation stuff. And so that's when I felt he was a character and not just Vince Vaughn on screen. Like, I stopped seeing the funny man and started seeing the hard-boiled detective.
That's what the trick is, right? Is most of the time when a movie like this casts a big actor. A good example is Shutter Island with DiCaprio. When you watch that movie, it's real easy to just look at that movie and go, well, that's just DiCaprio. That's just Leonardo DiCaprio. But at some point, there's a switch where you go, okay, I believe that he's this detective. And you stop seeing him as DiCaprio. At least that's how it is for me. Like, I can allow myself to get kind of sucked into that world and stop seeing said actor. Certain actors, it doesn't work. Like Sam Elliott's always Sam Elliott. But
I still can't get you to watch The Aviator. Someone make Roger watch The Aviator. Like, pay him to watch The Aviator.
I will.
I've watched The Aviator. It's all right.
What? It's my, like, anytime I need a pick-me-up, next to Bill and Ted, I put that in there. If you ever struggle with any sort of darker thoughts, I think The Aviator could be for you.
Ed Wood right now is I need a pick-up.
Oh, Ed Wood's amazing. Yeah, that's another one.
Late horror shows in the house and says, evening guys, I hope the movie's going well. Yeah, we're chugging along on editing, but
I feel like that's all we've done this week. We were going to have some fun.
Post-shoot audio for that recently.
Yeah,
a lot
ADR.
of grunts and groans.
ADR is king.
Yeah, a lot of ADR work. So, again, after 2 decades of not watching this, I didn't remember hardly anything. So I was surprised, genuinely, when we got to the end of this movie and we don't have the J-Lo Vince Vaughn hookup. Like,
we were so happy about that.
They pretty much like shake hands, or like, you go your way, I'm going my way, and like as colleagues, I totally was like, it's totally going to end how I think it's going to end, where they're a couple now.
No, they didn't need to be all like, they just went through a trauma. They don't need to be made. Nobody's like that.
I also don't believe that Vince Vaughn could pull a chick like J-Lo, but
wow.
That's just me. I mean, shoot a little closer to your fucking target homie.
I think any man can pull the right person with if they are a good person and do the right things.
Yeah. But the other thing that we talked about off air.
Look pretty good. Are they real? Are they built for speed or for comfort? What'd you do with them? Motorboat? You play the motorboat?
Poor Vince. You're doing my boy wrong.
Where are you?
The other thing that we talked about off air earlier today when we finished the movie is that J-Lo faces no consequences, and there should be some sort of consequence that she faces because she essentially is a murderer. Even though Vince Vaughn in his brain is like, you should kill me, put me out of my misery type of deal.
I mean,
she killed him. I don't know how you get around it.
Oh, she's straight up a murderer. She killed a child and a murderer, which, okay, you killed a murderer. People might go, okay, whatever. It was a dream murderer. But you kill a child and the murderer, you're a murderer. And she did that like against her oath. Her doctors and everybody were like, hey, you can't go back in there. And she, sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen this.
J-Lo's a cold-blooded murderer. That's what the Cell 2 is all about. It's just J-Lo killing her fucking patients. I don't know.
She should be in jail at the end of this movie.
I mean, really? Is it any different than if they just pulled the plug and let him go? Because they said, it's like, all right, when's he going to be able to wake up? And I was like, when's he waking up? Like, he's not. He's living in a perpetual dream state for the rest of his life. He's a
vegetable, yeah.
Forever now.
Dude, I would just
is it really killing, or is it just putting him out of his misery of living in a dream state and what that's going to be costing to the state for this dude to be left on a ventilator and everything done for him?
Fucking my taxes up to keep Vincent D'Onofrio alive.
He was not tried. He was not convicted. He did not have a jury of his peers. So you cannot murder him.
I'm gonna murder him. Remix is here. He hasn't seen this movie, so he's like moderating. He's ready to push buttons and do things, but
yeah, fuck you. With all due respect,
I'm curious
that's the most Remix
where he would sit on this spot of is J-Lo right in her deciding to help?
Yeah. We need some Remix here. We need Remix.
J-Lo's my wife. She can do no wrong.
She can kill Vinny D.
She can kill me, please.
Kill me, please.
What's the chat say about that? Anyone in the chat? Do you think J-Lo's justified in her killing of Vinny D?
Yeah,
Vinny D.
I cannot see chat because I'm nearly blind, but
well, yeah, we're gonna get the chat's opinion on this. Give us
thumbs
thumbs up.
So I'm not ignoring you guys.
Thumbs up if she's guilty. Thumbs down if she is not guilty.
Actually, it should be like if he deserves the kill, you do the thumb sideways. You know,
I don't know if you can do that. Can you do that emoji?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that emoji. I don't want to cancel the stream.
Kill everyone.
Nobody Benoit the stream.
Oh no.
Oh.
We don't have any kids down here. Jesus.
Did we get any responses?
You just went way darker than this movie did, and they kill a child.
Yeah, this movie
by drowning him. Although they tie it well, they try to make it beautifully shot with him because he likes to be in suspension because he ties it back to him being baptized and being in the water, and being in water he's weightless and has this tie thing of wanting to be weightless all the time. So him going back to being that kid and being weightless and being baptized, it's just hold him till the bubbles stop.
I thought his dad drowning him was his first trauma, and then she kills him with his first trauma.
Yeah, let me say
that's where he's comfortable. When he's weightless like that, he's comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with what J-Lo does here. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and put this fucking dude out of his misery.
Kill this serial killer.
I don't know if living in a dream state is how I would want to be.
But he's like,
in theory,
he's like the king in there, but he's a gross king. All his little personalities are all over. But let me say, I know I've kind of touched on this a little bit, sprinkled throughout the 2 years plus that we've been doing this live stream stuff. But rewatching this movie, dude, there are some scenes when we're little Vinny D'Onofrio, when we're kid D'Onofrio, that are uncomfortably close to home. And watching this movie again was like, there was a couple times where I'm like, I gotta like walk away, you know. The dad kind of like putting his hands on the kid and hurting him real bad. And it was like,
not that I'm like, ooh, that's cool, but but it was a approval because you get that story where you get to watch J-Lo in a closet where you're watching Vinny D as a kid get beat, and you don't see it, but you hear that he gets burned with an iron.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has the scar, yeah.
Yeah, then you look later, and it's not like it's not fucking out there like
neon
look
red.
at it. Yeah, it's kind of subtle, but you can see like an iron imprint on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that it's there, but it's not there.
Yeah, not like bright red, so it's like
it's not like it freshly happened or
like
something.
a cartoon.
Like if it wasn't already planted in your head, you would look at that and not even think about it. It wouldn't register at all. But since that story was already implanted in your noggin, you're looking kind of for it, and you can see it only when you're looking for it. That chef's kiss with that kind of movie making right there. That's good.
And that whole deal of like kind of her being in the closet, it's like this voyeuristic approach to seeing all of these things go down and not having the power to change it. You know, there's all this crazy shit with his upbringing, and it's like it's so close to like reality. And I think that's what really bothered me. Like, my wife and I are watching it, and I mean, watching it as a 14-year-old kid in the theater, I still kind of had some of the same feelings because, again, close to home, right? But now as an adult with children, and you watch it and you go, like, dude, we're not the greatest parents in the world. That's just, no one is. They're all full of shit. But when you're watching that and that kid breaks the plate and then the dad beats his ass, I'm like, my wife and I are both like, could you imagine like just beating the fuck out of your kid for breaking a plate? I'm like, plates get broken in this house every other day. Like, there's probably a plate being broke right now. Like,
I broke your chair.
Yeah.
Times, and I'm glad you guys didn't lay hands on me.
Beat the shit out of you. You fucking break my shit.
Just wait till you leave.
Yeah.
Fucking
you
Mikey.
gotta open the door and it's locked.
This is the second time I've been here. They invited me back. I was really surprised. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get to see Roger again. I just know it. I made all these.
Don't worry about it. Wait until you try to move a piece of furniture to the basement. Then you've incurred a wrath.
My wife will never let you come back if you try to help me move furniture to the basement.
I made all these friends here, and I wanted to see them again. I was like, they're never gonna let me back. But they did. They came and got me. I couldn't believe it.
Ready Player Movie says, I couldn't remember if it was you or Late Night Horror Show who were UK based. It ended up being a calculated. Yeah, we're not UK based. We're Midwesterns. We
have some UK watchers and listeners, and we
you guys are in Brower.
For late nighters.
Well, Brower, Illinois. Yeah, we got corn and mounds of dirt. lots
of dirt piles to take pictures next to.
Yeah, if you need, this dirt pile's population is 2. Come take a picture.
The cream corn capital of the world.
That's true.
So look that up. The cream corn capital of the world.
We go swimming in it.
If you want to know where we are.
Speaking of dirt, man, how do you like it's total it's almost hard to believe when Vince Vaughn he does his detective shit and determines where to go based off some logo.
The Carver logo, yeah.
Yeah, the Carver logo in the dream. They're like, we need to find origins of this, and he finds the fucking trap door underneath the dirt, way out in bumblefuck who knows where you just have 2 towers in the middle of just dirt and corn, and he finds the hidden fucking door.
It's the Terminator 2 gun fucking nest.
It's exactly that. The minigun should be down there with all these cameras.
It's got a damn minigun.
Where's the power source for all this stuff? Like, not to mention the automatic water, but he's got at least 7 or 8 cameras, which, geez.
The batteries. I can't do
batteries. I felt like House when Roger Cobb gets like probably $20,000 worth of camera equipment. This is 2000. Cameras aren't that cheap yet.
Yeah.
And he's got at least 7 or 8 of these things down there. I'm like, fuck, whatever the hell he does for work, how well is it paying?
Yeah,
I saved for 2 years to get mine, so I was.
Yeah, because what did they say his job was?
I don't even remember what his job was.
I can't remember. They say it because they track him. They're like, oh, guess what he does? He does this, and I can't. I've watched it twice this week, and I can't remember what they say he does for a job, but
because I'm too busy asking other questions of like, how the hell did this science program get funding to do this stuff?
It's the future.
Well, and that's also us being adults.
2000, man. Yeah. Everyone's that 2000 is you're in that fucking realm.
Boom like, hit and everybody got rich.
It's the new millennium, man.
Yeah, motives are incidental, but
yeah,
that's just us
out of this world.
That's just us putting our old man hats on, because it's like, seriously, he's out in the middle of nowhere. How do you get a fucking watertight jail cell built without the guy who builds it going, you guys might want to look into Steve. That guy is fucking building a jail cell. You know what I mean? Like, who do you hire?
Unless he's doing the Christopher Walken thing, like in Blast from the Past, where he's hiring different contractors to do like 1/16 of the work, so no left hand knows what the right hand's doing. But still,
I painted my house blue, and the town couldn't quit talking about it. Like it was the biggest news in my town. Like, why is it blue? Is that some sort of
with a toilet in it?
It was a Star Wars.
Is that a Star Wars thing? And I was like, what? What's that even mean?
Blue is Star Wars, yes. But yeah, that's perfect because it's like you literally can't do anything without someone talking about it. But yeah, this guy's got 2 fucking corn silos, a fucking waterproof or leak-proof jail cell made out of fucking plexiglass with a prison toilet.
Somebody's bringing all this shit out to this location, and we know better than anybody trying to do something in a very remote location that everyone will know what is going on with cars coming back and forth, and they will send people to the post office to see what the fuck you're actually doing. Just not needing to go to the post office is like, what's this dude bringing in all these big thick ass sheets of glass for?
Yeah, Morty, did you see down there by the silo? They got big old sheets of plexiglass down there. Wonder what they're doing there. Like,
he's building. He's a doomsday prepper, man. He survived Y2K.
My mailman asks what all my packages are. Like, why do you need to know? Maybe I love dicks or want 30 dildos or something. But
isn't it illegal for you to even ask me that?
I order VHS tapes to my house, so there's like a package every day, and he just wanted to know what they were.
My mailman was
whole lot of none of your goddamn business is what it is, mailman.
Was real confused. He showed up when we were building the mock ground piece for the movie, and he's like bringing me a whole bunch of packages, and he's like, "What's this for?" I'm like, "We're building a grave," and he's like, "Oh," like he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?"
Yeah.
I'm getting off of this block.
We're building your grave. I mean, we're building a grave.
Yes.
We got that effect on people.
That's an article there.
I wouldn't, if I, I wouldn't kill our mailman and take what's in the mail truck, but I'd kill a UPS or a FedEx truck guy because I'd imagine there's some better shit in there. But just saying.
Oh, when Hostess went out, the Hostess guy was losing his job, so he just let us take as many Twinkies as we wanted. It was like a dream come true.
Fuck it, I'm
left his car at the red light.
I'm quitting anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, he was like, fuck it,
All this stuff's gonna get thrown away anyway.
I ate Twinkies for months.
Well, we got about 5 minutes before we hit that commercial break. So, anything we haven't officially touched on in this movie that you want to get to, Evil?
Gosh, I think there's something, but I can't pull it out of my brain just because I was surprised that this in 2000 that this was an hour. It's like an hour 47 minutes.
It's damn close to that 2 hour.
And this is in that era where it's like it's 90 or get the hell out of here. 2 hour movies are kind of few and far between. So that was kind of a shocker. Like going back, it's like, I can knock this out in 90 minutes. And I'm like, oh shit, hour 47. And it's surprising for an hour 47 that even having not seen it in 2 decades, so I had that working with me, but I don't think being almost 2 hours is a hindrance at all to it. It's still it chugs along well, and then if there's not something story-wise that's like either making you go, that's strange, or getting your attention, you got visuals just out the ass that are like, well, at least things are looking cool in this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
The next scene.
Yeah, at least you have some visual eye candy happening.
I feel like it sets one cool art piece to the next. Like every scene, like even if you just turned down the sound and just looked at it, you would just be blown away by all the set dressing and costumes. And I don't know, I think it's pretty dope.
It matches, if you turn the volume down, it matches up perfectly to a specific Nine Inch Nails album. I don't know.
It matches up perfectly to the Bill Nye the Science Guy song.
Yes, it does.
Almost. And man, the other tie that this has to Elm Street is they're pretty much saying if your mind starts believing what is happening in your dream is real, it can affect you.
Yeah.
And technically, while she doesn't drown him, his mind thinks it's real, which is still kind of funny a little bit, at least for me, because you get to cut back to real life where you get these 3 suspended bodies and you see Vinny D sitting up. He's still got the fucking rag over his face, but you see him.
He's waterboarded, digital waterboarding.
Yeah, he's digitally waterboarding and dying right there.
Yeah, but the only thing that would have made this even closer to that Elm Street, die in your dreams, die in real life lore, is if instead of the dude from the Dawn of the Dead remake, if we would have got Roger Rabbit himself running that console, Charles Fleischer. If we would have got him, that would have been fucking perfect because he's from the first Elm Street. He's the dream guy. What are
love
dreams
him
anyway?
trying to explain shit. Vince Vaughn's like, just wake him up. Like, I can't. He's in a dream. Those are like incredible body hocus pocus things. I mean, we're scientists, but I mean that is a whole realm all of its own. And speaking of science,
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Hi, my name's Mikey, and it's my goal to turn my home into my own private video store. When I started this channel, I only had a handful of tapes. And now I can swim through them like I'm a VHS Scrooge McDuck. On my channel, we're gonna pay our respects to the last remaining video stores. We'll review some VCR tech. And we'll probably build some stupid stuff out of VHS tapes. The VHS community is the best around. And dudes, I can't wait to meet you guys.
And we're back. We didn't run that Instagram commercial, but guess what? Post your pictures with your copies of The Cell Part 2, The Cell comic books, The Cell video games, jail cells, selfies, whatever.
Hell in the Cells.
Yes, and post them on Instagram with I rented this.
Cell Block 99.
Hey, that's the Vinny. The
What?
Vinny V. The what? The Vinny
The
V.
what?
The Vinny V. The Vinny V tie-in, baby. Yes, post it on Instagram with hashtag 3BVideo. I rented this at hashtag 3BVideo. We have Instagram set up. We will take a look at the end of the live stream, but we are past that first hour. So Evil, you want to let the good folks at home know what that means for hour number 2.
Well, we spent 60 minutes talking about some ins and outs of this particular film, some highs, some confusing lows, some debates on whether or not death or murder is justified in the case of you're a vegetable living in a dream state. But the discussion, the review part is done, and it's more or less time for a costume change to where it is no longer evil in the back room. Now,
oh God, here it comes.
Look at that! Look at all that gorgeous locks.
I am Evil Amazon. It's time for the Evil Amazon 1-star reviews.
Wait,
I gotta get my cringe glasses on.
boom. It is time, Mr. Evil, for those 1-star reviews.
Wow, I can see even less now.
Well, Evil Amazon is here to give you the 1-star reviews, and we're going to kick it off with Lost Gears.
All right.
On October 24th, 2018. 1 star. Yep. Terrible quality. I don't remember watching the movie with such terrible quality. It looks like a movie that came from the 70s. We all know it came from the 2000. What's up with Amazon? It should be I should be compensated for enduring this movie without pirating it.
Oh boy, yeah, because you actually paid for something. You should be fucking rewarded. Get the fuck out of here.
I paid for it and I watched it, and I deserve something for that because it wasn't good.
Hey, movies are hard to make, man. You guys put me through the ringer, and I only had like 5 lines.
This ain't about making movies. This is about reviewing movies.
I don't get it, man. I don't. What's he talking about? I wonder if he bought the DVD. If that's the issue, and he's upset about the quality. You and I both have the DVD, and
I feel like this dude is streaming it. Like he bought it digitally.
Oh, my internet sucks, so I'm gonna blame Amazon.
Like, because this is a 2000, it looks like a 70s movie to me. Disappointed. All right. Speaking of which, next up we have Mary.
All right.
Who goes on getting Mary as a username for Amazon.
Mary
on
quite
December
contrary.
9th, 2020. 1 star. Disappointment.
All right.
Got this DVD for a horror buff. There was no cover, just a plain DVD case. To know what the movie is, you have to open it. Came dirty. All I can say is I was disappointed. A Christmas gift, don't buy. Misleading.
I think this person, Mary, bought it probably from a third-party seller and just got a disc.
Had to be.
Do you think
Just
it was?
had to be.
Do you think it was her dollar that shot Bezos into space?
Might have been. Go Bezos.
Take that and go to space with it.
Yeah, it's bad when all the billionaires are leaving. We should be worried.
Fuck them.
This is my planet now.
Yeah.
Get on my
This
face.
is totally my hat.
Get on my face, bitch.
Next up, we got
Frozen Evil.
Oh, we got a Frozen Evil on the 1s and 2s.
Shut your fucking face.
You're back.
Oh, he's a robot.
You're back now.
You never know when he's...
All right, I missed the name of the next Amazon 1-starer.
This is from David Ludwig.
All
Ludwig.
right.
Vince's brother. On October 27, 2020. 1 star. Tries to be a psychological type of horror movie.
Fails. No.
I watch plenty of schlock movies that I love and had hopes for. This considering this cast, however, in the beginning you show me a coma kid with his eyes open. I don't care how stoned or drunk you are watching this movie, it's just bad. The villain is so over the top with the location and how he needs to get off. You immediately go, how stupid do you think I am?
I mean, I try not to kink shame, but
yeah, you never hung yourself by hooks and masturbated on a fucking bleached corpse.
I feel like I would fall off the ceiling or something.
I don't know.
That's just someone who is just not living.
Yeah,
LIVIN.
That's true. That first time I did that, that's. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you when. I'm not going to tell you when I wasn't going to tell you when I masturbated on a corpse while hanging from the ceiling, but it's happened. We'll just say.
And with that, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just cancel the show.
Just isolate that and
me.
Put that on repeat. Yeah. That's a new description for the channel.
Rotten Roger admits to coming on corpses.
Finally.
Fucking face.
What we all suspected was true.
Get the cringe glasses on.
It was true.
So moving on to Tara on December 30th, 2020. So not too long ago.
All right.
Tara this super in-depth. She says 1 star, waste. Was not a good movie.
Short and to the point. At least they didn't fill out
to the point.
Paragraph of bullshit.
I mean, give me a healthy medium. I don't need 12 pages of your in-depth review of the movie, but give me more than 4 lines. If you're going to do 4 lines, Make it entertaining. Give me a show before you go.
Does anybody ever leave positive reviews, or is that a thing? Not a thing.
We don't.
Not here. It's not.
No,
We've had one. They just accidentally put 1 star.
Every once in a while, we'll do a 5-star, which I should have done a 5-star for last week's show.
I need something to pick me back up. This all breaks my heart. I like this movie. I think it's well done.
Yeah.
Well, we're not here to do that. We're here to show all sides of the coin. VHS Mikey. We're going to show the shiny side. We're going to show the lovable side. We got to show the dark side. We got to show the side nobody wants to see. We got to let everyone have a voice.
I want to know the science behind this picture.
The science?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No, we're not doing any more of that. Next up is Kim. Kim on January 11th, 2020. And Kim with the fucking love. I love when these come along. Kim says 1 star, all caps, did not order.
Again, man.
Did not order this movie.
If it shows up, just say thank you. Shake your postman's hand and go, I needed this. That's all there is to it. Just enjoy your free movie that you didn't order. I wish free movies showed up at my doorstep.
Hey,
I know,
do at my house.
I can't wait for the day a movie shows up at my door that I didn't buy, so I can go to Amazon and 5-star rate it because I didn't pay for it.
I didn't order this, and I'm so fucking happy.
A lot of the good people in chat have sent me films, and it always makes my day.
You can always send stuff to our PO box as well.
Yeah, we will 5-star that shit, and as opposed to these Amazon folks. Like next up, we got Juan on February 4th, 2015.
Not to be
1
confused
star.
with 2.
Yep. Lopez, ridiculous attempt at acting. I bought this movie, BC, of the female bodybuilder in one scene.
Damn right you did.
The movie itself is a waste of time. Just like all scene, the movie itself is just a waste of time. Just like Jennifer Lopez, crapola. It's like a Nightmare on Elm Street wearing kids' gloves for kids. The premise is just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Loose, huh?
But then again, is J-Lo what one would expect? The bodybuilder scene isn't worth the $9.
That's a great scene.
Oh my goodness.
So Juan is tipping his hat a little bit as to why he bought this movie, but without outright saying
all about them buff chicks, man. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I
bought this $9 movie for material for myself.
Yeah, for about the 15 seconds that she's there, you can get done twice if you're careful.
Is that bearded media guy approved?
Yes. I may or may not have tested that scene out earlier this week.
We keep setting you up for bad things.
I live in the cell.
All right. Next up, we got Amazon Prime customer. So Rondell Dale Branch makes his return once again.
All right.
On August 23rd, 2016, 1 star. This is entirely all in caps. Fraud. This DVD is literally a fraud. The sound goes high, then low, at random. It even has a weird background noises. I want my money back.
I think that dude's got his speaker wires backwards.
Yeah. Check his TV.
Yeah, no. You got your shit fucked up.
No. It's clearly the movie's fault.
Yep.
He needs to clean the heads on his VCR.
I think he's got his right and his left and his left and his right or some shit. I don't know.
Your chicks are your left and right.
Hey.
Next on the list is Harrington.
Oh, shit.
Should have been Harrigan.
Yeah, Harrigan.
Harrigan. On the 4th of July, 2015, he said, you know what? It's time for the cell to get my 2 cents. And he says, 1 star. We didn't end omit it each it BC if the reviews.
Wow, that's I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, I'm lost.
It's the 4th of July. Maybe he had a few and it sounded better in his head than what came out.
I had a hard hair. Send.
What'd you do? I'm reviewing the cell.
I think we've all been.
That movie came out 15 years ago.
Don't give a fuck.
Oh.
I say
I've waited long enough.
We make a business talking about 15, 20, 30-year-old movies.
This is how I'm going to get found. I'm going to have the best Amazon review page ever.
I like this guy. I feel this is one of the first reviews, maybe the first review, where I feel like this guy is trolling us.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, let's hear
Artie
it.
Man.
Artie Man?
April 10th. Artie.
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 Oh. Artie. Art.
Like
Art.
Artie Lang.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought you were saying hearty,
Man.
like soup, and I was like, all right, hearty
No,
soup.
Artie is in heart attack.
Oh.
Poor Artie Lang.
Artie Man. He's an Artie Man. On April 10th, 2015. 1 star. I won't write home about it.
Okay.
I love
Not
a dude
that
has to
good.
go on this to tell us. I don't have that much to say. I'm not going to talk about it.
I don't watch movies I don't like. I just move on to the next thing if it sucks.
Nope, you have to tell us.
You have to go on
Tell
the
us
Get
that
on my
you're
box
moving on.
and yell it.
Even if you don't want to tell us why, just tell us that you are moving on.
I did not care for this. Goodbye. Yes.
Yep. Next on up, total like this name sounds like money. Robert E. Vanderheuvel.
Oh, that dude wears an ascot for sure.
January 12th, 2001.
Oh, wow. Okay, so been a hot minute. 20 years.
Yeah, this movie is fairly fresh for one Robert E. Vanderheuvel.
Robert E. Lee.
1 star. Ouch! This movie is just plain bad. After entering Jennifer Lopez's mind, it turns out she's as sick, if not sicker, than the schizophrenic, most overused mental disorder in Hollywood aside from autism. Apparently, she fancies herself as some sort of self-righteous Virgin Mary. A total waste of time. The movie reminded me of a comic book, one with a decent art, but no story.
High Ground Cantina's in the house and says 1 star reviews forever. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't got to spend as much time with chat, and we really like you guys, so
I'm trying to
it
keep
bums
up.
me out.
I'll keep my eyes on it.
Well, to round out the Amazon 1 star reviews, next up, and finally, we have Texan.
All right.
Texan.
Hey.
On December 21st, 2000.
Ooh, so like fresh out of the theater.
Yes. Like Randall Graves. Like, I'm going to go home and blast that movie on the internet tonight. 1 star, beyond bad, bordering on obscene.
Too many boobies.
Visual imagery doesn't mean a thing if the plot is predictable and the dialogue bad. To the enlightened, we do get it. That's the problem. If Van Gogh had painted a picture of a pile of dog poop, however visually stunning, it would still be a painting of dog poop. Our companions at the theater had to leave. They were so sickened. Once again, lacking any quality, Hollywood goes for shock and gore.
I love all these Amazon 1 star reviews, and like we always say, we don't get upset because everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I feel like this person is a pretentious fuck who I would break their nose. Just saying.
I'd like to see him make a movie.
Lights have to be motivated. Shut up. Get out of here. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder your face. Pretty things have no place.
And with that, we conclude the Amazon 1 star review.
Yeah. Well, we got 13 place
Look at that
people up
fuzzy
in this
boy.
motherfucker. Since we're done with the Amazon 1 star reviews, it's time to move on to another segment. So what does that mean, Evil?
Well, now we're done dragging the movie over the coals, just for Mikey.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
It is time for Movie or Mishap. We're going to take a look at some various poster designs for the movie to sell and determine one of two things. We look at this poster. Is it money? Give you money. It's fucking awesome. Or is there something seriously mistaken and a mishap here?
You want to roll it back?
Fail.
You want to roll it back and say the name again? I believe you said movie or mishap.
This is a movie or mishap. Money or mishap.
Hey, that vodka or whatever the fuck, that Crystal
Yeah,
Skull.
in all fairness.
Yeah, you did take a big old swig of that.
I have no excuse. I keep fucking the video store up, just moving around.
That's just because, we're three big guys. We're fucking dancing around.
There's a lot of bearded, juicy boys back here.
The bearded beanie badasses.
So this is money or mishap. We're going to look at different poster designs for the sale and determine whether it is money or whether it is mishap. We're going to need audience participation in this. So on with the poster designs. We got a good, healthy amount this week.
Real quick, I want to acknowledge Video Store Review is in the chat, and they say, it's nice to see the video store is still open. You can't close us, baby. We never
Every
close.
Friday night.
You cannot stop the video store. I'm sure you're the exact same way. You cannot bring a good video store down, and we're not going anywhere.
I love all you guys keeping it alive. I remember when I first got into collecting, I would see you guys, and I didn't know there was other people out there that loved it too. And the sense of community and how awesome everybody is.
It's physical media or bust.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you guys.
So otherwise, I'd be on Amazon complaining about the lossless fucking digital quality of the cell and be a bitter old bastard. But,
give me Betamax.
Yeah.
What?
Give me VHS.
What?
CDs.
What?
DVDs.
What?
Blu-rays.
What?
Tapes.
What?
8mm.
What?
16mm.
What?
Film for life.
4K? Nah, I don't know.
There's room for physical or anything. I'm
4K.
What?
3D.
What?
2D.
What?
Smell-o-vision.
What?
WandaVision.
What?
You name it. Mistimation.
Guys, what's wrong with streaming?
Oh, you're fucking killing me.
What's wrong with streaming?
What?
What's wrong with streaming?
I don't know what's wrong with streaming. Streaming
What's wrong
sucks.
with streaming?
What?
I'm not a big fan, but
Fuck you with all due respect.
I stream certain things. Like
I'll tell you exactly. I'll give you the exact reason why we have an issue with streaming. Yes, it is convenient. Yes, it is easy to do. But just like streaming, I have several podcasts that I listen to, and one podcast in particular, not Colt 45, those guys are fantastic, but another one I listen to does occasionally pay to listen to shows. For $3 or $4, you can get an episode, download it, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, it's still in the library of things I want to read down and listen to it. It's there. But surprise, surprise, this past week, they're gone.
Because they've moved,
And
probably
it's not
moved
up to
hosts.
me. Yeah, it is not up to me whether they're there or not. Yep, I'm at someone else's will, whether or not they're going to give me the thing I paid for a couple of years ago to still be there.
Yeah.
you're
There's
just
the
paying
problem.
rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of podcasts, that's a beautiful segue because you can check out our brand new episode of the Deep Cut podcast on all of your podcast apparatuses, devices, rigmaroles. Check us out. We got a brand new podcast up, just dropped today. But also, more importantly, we are a part of the Slash and Cast podcast network. And I believe just a few days ago, the Dead in Santa Carla podcast dropped. Where Evil and I guest starred and talked about the 1984 Ghostbusters for about 2.5 hours. And it is
It's awesome.
a very fun, crazy episode.
I'm ready. I'm gonna go check it out.
It's good stuff. So
And that logo is super dope.
yeah, somebody I know made that for me. Very cool person. Thank you.
I'm an asshole.
you asshole. But yeah, check out the Deep Cut podcast. Because if you want to listen to us in your car or what the fuck ever. But either way,
On the
now
go.
it is time for the money or mishap. So everybody be ready in the chat. Let us know money
shit
or
together.
mishap. And all right, Remax, let's bring these up.
Oh, that does have some J-Lo on the front, so I'm going for money.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Spoiler, J-Lo is in all of these posters.
I know, but that she
Oh, yeah.
is front and center.
Yeah, this is okay. I don't know how, or I think you said you're not a big fan of his his new metal fucking demon horns with his hair. His I'm in Mudvayne hair.
I don't dislike it, but it's like that's different.
It's okay. It feels like an Insidious poster or something to me. You know, a little spooky ghost man monster thing coming up behind you. I wouldn't buy this. If this was the movie cover, I would probably walk right past it. Not that this actual movie cover is fucking phenomenal or anything.
This
but
cover's trash.
I thought it looked like Skinamax, kind of.
Yeah, it looks like
this
Jade
feels like the like if this got like a Blu-ray nice quality release, this looks like it'd be that cardboard clamshell.
That gets water damaged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Gross.
what it feels like.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's a mishap for me. So we got one money.
Yep. I'll throw in the mishap too. Like it gives me that slight charm of like this is like what the rental would be like.
It's got like a stamp on it that says rental. Yeah.
Yeah, like it totally. I can see the rental stickers all over this damn poster.
Yeah, it's very average. I'm not a big fan.
The only thing I'll say that's bad about it to me is it just mentions Jennifer Lopez or nobody else in the movie.
Yeah.
We know why you're coming here.
We know why you're coming in general.
It's not for Vincent D'Onofrio.
What?
Dino Freno.
What?
Vinny D.
What?
The guy from the Newton Boys.
What?
You're coming for Vince Vaughn, goddammit.
Who?
Oh, it's like
Vince
the Cube. This reminds me of the Cube.
I also don't like this one, but yeah, it does remind me of the Cube. It was like when we went through Sinister, a bunch of those posters, I was just like, no. But again, this is a tough thing to market. How do you market this movie? What's a good way to make it work on a poster?
I have shit like as outlandish as possible. I would think like those super busy posters that are very artist driven would be good. But yeah, coming out in 2000, you're battling against the floating heads motif pretty hard. So
every poster was a floating head. Yeah. I kind of hate everything about this.
I don't know. I think it's money. I like it. It reminds me of the Cube, and the Cube really creeped me out and made me want to get out of the Cube.
I love Cube, but
it feels like a Hellraiser 12.
Well, there is that kind of Cenobite scene in the movie, so I think it could be sold a little bit on that point.
I don't know, man. It's like a shitty little window. I don't know. It's like an art gallery.
What do you guys think down in chat?
I think this poster that's for the old one. Video Store Review says, I think this poster shows how weak the typeface is. Maybe it's just me, but it's a mishap for me. I'd say mishap, but it's a good porn parody poster. That's the previous one. Lydia says,
this one,
High Ground
this
says,
one,
not
this
so
one
much.
I would say is a mishap, but what would be money about it is this is an ideal poster for like a glow box. Kind of like how the Leatherface poster is on the side of me over here that you can't really see. A frame that is backlit would really shine with this design. Something that is very dark with a few like light sources.
I get Jacob's Ladder vibes off that face on the side screaming.
Yeah,
it's like
I keep missing that. I keep forgetting that face is there.
Because hey, remember J-Lo? Remember J-Lo? She's in this movie. Remember her?
I remember. Is it J-Lo in this movie?
I think so. Yeah, right there. Yeah, nah. I don't care. It looks like she's a waitress giving the chefs a death stare at a seedy restaurant. Yeah, here's your movie poster.
Very sci-fi.
Cover art. This is as good as it's going to get for this movie, so I will just say that this is money.
This is money. There is one I feel that is like it is definitely money for me. We haven't gotten to it yet, but yeah.
This is money. Yeah, this is money for me because this is all I know. I had this poster given to me for. I had a girlfriend who worked in a video store, and she.
Damn! And you didn't marry her?
I did marry her.
Oh, okay.
And she's a terrible fucking person. That's my first wife. But my girlfriend and
dead wife.
Yeah, my first dead wife. My which I used to suspend myself and masturbate on. Just kidding. Jesus Christ.
Full circle to.
All the way back to my masturbation habits.
I put these away too soon.
But yeah, only because I know this, and I did have this hanging on my wall, but I didn't seek this out. I didn't pay for this, but it does remind me of having that poster as a high schooler. So it's money.
Reminds me a little bit of Big Trouble in Little China.
A little bit, because you got the geisha type vibe stuff going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. It's Queen Amidala. So I'm going to give it money just for that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I'll give him money.
Remix is shaking his head like, fuck this poster.
Not an overwhelming money, but it's like...
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Remix?
Fuck all these posters. It's got a cool vibe, but it's not money.
You're a hard sell though. So
he's also never seen the movie, so he doesn't know.
I don't know if that would help.
That doesn't really help. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do you sell? How do you sell the cell?
I don't know.
It's not something I want to put on the wall.
Let's just have a poster of Vincent D'Onofrio looking scary, and then I'd be like, I'm sold. With no J-Lo.
Vinny DeFrino.
Yep, Vinny DeFrino. Let's get. See, this one I call money.
Yeah, this one would be money. Every other one
this
one
one better because you got all the bodies, all the dead bodies. Like, but again, it feels very Cube.
Yeah, it's just like the other one. I think I feel the same. I'm in the Cube.
High Ground's got it right. The last one was like spare change.
This one's blue and orange. So
spare change of the couch.
But maybe that's it. It's a Cube type movie. I didn't know that was a genre. The trapped. Psychological thriller. I guess so.
The Mime.
Yeah, that's one. That's our next movie we're making is The Mime. He's just trapped.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
He kills people with invisible weapons.
Yes.
Mimes just make me want to watch Suburban Commando. That's like a K7 force field. I'll break you out of there.
Yeah, this is money. I like this, even though it has my. You know what it reminds me of is a little bit of the Hostel poster. But only, I think it's the orange. I think it's that orange. And the font of the cell reminds me of the Hostel director's cut cover. But, I'll call this money.
They're
all super average, though. Like, money, and I mean, like, that's in
like Monopoly money. Can that be a ranking?
Yeah, that's like in the loosest terms. I do like the couch, the spare change, like
there's a couple of cents there.
If I had like 78 cents in my pocket, I would try to barter someone at a flea market for this poster. I'd be like, I'll give you 78 cents for it. Can't go a penny higher because that's all I got. But
this is one that feels like there should be a stack of these at a comic book convention, and you can take one for free if you want one.
Mm-hmm. You gotta come up to Krypton Comics on Free Comic Day. See, get you a poster too.
Get a free 8x10 of the cell.
Yeah.
I used to buy comics from a guy that looked like George Lucas, and he sounded like him. And I remember I told him one time, and he was very touched.
He was very touched.
Oh, thank you very much for those chili dogs.
This is
chili dogs.
This is okay. This isn't bad. I don't know that I would say it's money. You know what? It reminds me of like a Color of Space or some shit.
I dig it.
Like that's what it reminds me of. Some of that like
some Flash Gordon Masters of the Universe type shit.
Like a super indie movie.
Did you say He-Man or Flash Gordon?
Yeah, either one.
Yeah, I like this. I feel like Card could be in there somewhere.
It's painted, so that's where I'm gonna lean more towards liking it because it's not just bullshit floating heads or. It feels like it was painted.
It's the most money one we've seen so far. I would put my money into this poster.
Yeah, cool color palette. Got a bunch of cool shit going on.
Dope, man. Yeah, your Color of Space, totally right.
Purples.
This was the most money one for me. I was like, I dig this one.
Is that a superhero down at the bottom there?
No, that's Scary D'Onofrio.
He looks like Batman or something. He has titties.
Maybe that's the bodybuilder chick.
I don't know. It looks amazing. Maybe that was an original cut or something.
Bodybuilder or Dino Frino. We don't know.
Yeah, either one.
I dig it.
Gonna masturbate to either one of them, though.
And it has like a Phantom Zone, like when they're trapped in Phantom Zone.
Mm. Yeah, it's dope. That poster looks great. It's an okay poster. Yeah, I really like that because, you know, if you're new here, obviously, you haven't heard us say it, but Evil and I really kind of gravitate towards that, like, hand-painted look or hand-drawn look. Colored pencils, whatever it is. Like, that's our shit.
Yeah,
implies
it's almost like we bought an entire book
Yeah.
filled with cover art that's all hand drawn shit.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we eat that shit up. All right, on to the next. Hate it. Get it the fuck out of my... No, bring it back. You know what it looks like? It looks like a fucking CD-ROM game, and I can't stand it.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great game, though.
That's a real game?
Yeah. Harlan Ellison.
I have no bubblegum and I must chew.
This looks like a game, a PC game that would require me having to find a shit ton of keys.
Mm-hmm.
Like with 10 discs.
Yeah. No,
3 days to fucking install it.
Yeah, no, I hate everything about this. I want this to fucking burn in hell.
Mishap. Although I love adventure games, I'm gonna have to give this a mishap.
Yeah, goddamn 2000s, man. Everything was either a floating head or like, ooh, look at our technology.
Some of these posters really make me not want to watch this movie.
It's a really good movie, though.
Like,
Yeah,
the posters really make me not want to.
But again, I will put that as a challenge. When Remix gets around to watching this, I am fully
not gonna
convinced
happen.
I'm convinced, though, if he does, he could pull, just from shots from the movie, he could probably make up his own poster that would be better than anything we've seen here.
Yeah, and he can't use Photoshop for shit compared to these guys.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm a Photoshop wizard.
He does.
Photoshop wizard.
Photoshop wizard.
Well, you're
PhD
challenged
in Photoshop
to go watch this movie and make a better poster and then present it to us. You have a week.
I'll put it in the Discord.
I've done all sorts of crazy shit on Photoshop that
You
you've
have a
never
week.
seen.
Can we all
You got a week.
let's all make a poster for the cell, each one of us.
I don't think it'd be difficult at all.
No.
Remember
Like,
Maniac
you could
Cock?
just
Maniac.
Motherfucker, I did that on a
Green.
laptop with MS Paint.
I don't remember.
Na 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 na.
Matt,
Na 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 na.
is this
na, na,
the
na,
last
na,
one
na.
for Money or Mishaps?
Yeah, fuck you. with all due
That
respect.
is mercifully all that I was able to pull up for the Money or Mishaps.
Nothing.
So, a lot of
nothing-
mishaps this week.
Yeah,
Bummer.
they were. That poster looks terrible. Floating head mishap. Nothing dates quicker than yesterday's posters of the future. Yes. Yeah. Hey, let's technology, fucking
Technology
hackers and
or
shit.
science.
The future turns out.
The science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
I'm good. I'm just shaking my head. What's better than three 40-year-old dudes fucking dancing to Bill Nye the Science Guy?
I'm amazed I'm not winded.
Let's see.
That's the power of the Nye.
There's so many wonderful images in this movie. Yeah, and they pissed them all away
Yeah.
and didn't pick any good ones for the posters. But
What I said, we could all pick one and probably be like, yeah, this is a more money poster than any of these that they produced.
But it is a little bit past 9:30. We're done with our second segment. So now it's time for that numero 30 segment, Evil. You want to let the good folks at home know what's up?
Oh, this is Roger's favorite segment that I had to fight to be like, we should do something like this and trying to come up with how we put it together. And finally, we put it together. And this is a video store. We're drive-in mutants. You can't watch one movie. You got to have a double feature. It's
Yes.
a double feature or nothing around here.
Popcorn
So,
and
let's say
candy
you
and
bring-
soda.
Let's say you bring the cell to the counter and go, I'm going to rent this. And one of us at the counter goes, if you like this, I think you should rent this as well. So this is the segment we call the tie-in.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I'm not getting tricked into going first because we have a guest. So since we have a guest, we just pass the microphone over to Mr. VHS Mikey and let him bring up his tie-in.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, my tie-in, it took me a while to figure it out because at first I was going to go with Silence of the Lambs. It seemed like a nice, easy tie-in, something both psychological, both hunting down a killer and the killer being caught and using him to find a killer, essentially. Well, himself or whatever. But I changed my mind and I decided to go with the suspension thing that Roger's a big fan of and go with Strangeland, D. Snyder's Strangeland.
Boom.
Ooh.
There it is, baby.
Nice.
And it also is a bit of a palate cleanser. I figure, you
Future live
watch
stream,
that,
sure.
it's kind of heavy, and then you watch this to kind of unwind a bit.
Sidebar, I have a buddy who I tried to introduce Strangeland to back in like 2013. And he was like, this is the worst movie of all time. Like he absolutely hated it. So I'd be curious to actually spend 2 hours divulging, our thoughts about Strangeland, and maybe I could persuade my friend to watch it and get him to re-watch the movie if he let me babble for 2 hours.
You don't like my boy Captain Howdy?
I think D. Snyder is an acquired taste, but we are that acquired taste because we're
But it tastes good.
It does. Riley's sex is oral.
Oral.
Yeah, I got super great Lance Rocket vibes from this movie.
Mm-hmm. It's a good palate cleanser. You're not wrong there, but it's also heavy, but it's heavy in a goofier way. So it does make it easier.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. My tie-in, I suppose I'll go ahead and set this up again. I thought real long and hard, and I think we were all kind of on the same page maybe with that serial killer motif, right? Of something like Seven or something of that nature, where you've got some cops hunting down a killer and bringing them to justice, and you got all this really gnarly imagery. And for the better part of 2 weeks, I was leaning in that direction. I was like, that's where I'm going to go. And then it just wasn't sitting. I was like, that doesn't feel right to me. I need a palate cleanser because this movie is so heavy. Makes me think of, child abuse and all this really, gross stuff that I don't...
Memories.
Yeah, gross stuff that I don't like thinking about. So I said, what is close to The Cell, but on the completely other side of the spectrum? And so my tie-in is Virtuosity.
I thought about that movie.
You got sort of so close, right? Great minds.
Yeah.
You've got this virtual reality thing, and you've got Russell Crowe as this notorious serial killer who essentially is Ghost in the Machining it. And Denzel is hunting him down in like a virtual world and until he comes into the real world. And but it's a fun like hunt a serial killer technology movie. So I thought that's a good palate cleanser for sure.
Not shabby.
Yeah, I was
I
really...
always tie that movie in with like Johnny Mnemonic.
And I hate Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh man, come on.
So
I like Johnny Mnemonic.
I had a buddy in high school who was like, he was always like, it's an orange tape, dude. It's an orange tape. You have to like Johnny Mnemonic. It's on an orange tape. I'm like, I don't, though.
I can't really argue that logic.
Yeah, I can't argue that either. Orange
That
is always
totally
better.
sounds like one of us then being like, it's cool. It's different, man.
Dude, here's some good tie-ins. Before you jump into your tie-ins, I'm going to check this out. Let's see. We've got Ready Player Movie says their tie-in would be Collateral, the Tom Cruise movie with Jamie Foxx, right? That's not a bad flick. Heavy. Chris Beretta says, my tie-in movie is Dreamscape. That is fucking on the nose.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Perfect. Let's see. Christopher Harris has a bunch of tie-ins. My tie-ins are Goosebumps, Night in Terror Tower. He's big on the Goosebumps for the tie-ins. Maniac Cop. Maniac Cop 2, Maniac Cop 3, and Club Dread. Club Dread, boy,
that's this guy.
You got a lot of crazy
odd
ones.
one out, but I like it.
Yeah. High Ground Cantina says mine would be Brain Dead. Is that the Bill Pullman? You're not talking about Dead Alive Brain Dead. You're talking about the Bill Pullman.
Yeah, that's what I always
Bill
think
Paxton one.
Dead Alive.
And then Christopher Harris says, and Stay Alive. Stay Alive is criminally underrated. That movie's fun as fuck. Was one of the last
to be sure.
Was one of the last reviews I ever did when I was still doing reviews. So
Frankie Muniz forever.
He doesn't remember even being in that
doesn't
movie.
remember. He's like me on a Friday.
All right, Evil. The stage is yours.
Well, he said Inner Space. Inner Space is not a bad one either. I enjoy that a great deal. But to get to my tie-in, I stuck just like everyone else did, kind of with the serial killer theme. And this is 2000, so at the time, this is how we catch a killer in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Science and technology in the future. And sometimes, you got to take a little piece of yourself if you're trying to track down a killer, save a victim. So my tie-in involves a detective, a serial killer, and there's a girl involved. But we're going to rewind it back to prime 80s with Manhunter.
Oh, that's metal as fuck.
Wow.
So I know we've had this conversation before, but you're a Manhunter guy over a Red Dragon guy.
Very much.
Even though they're the same movie.
Pretty much.
Are they the same movie?
Yeah. Red Dragon is a remake of Manhunter.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. That's great, dude. Yeah, give a little.
If The Cell really represents a serial killer movie in the 2000s, nothing I feel represents the 80s serial killer movie more than Manhunter. It is 80s to the max.
It's fucking Miami Vice, dude. 100%.
I love it. And I love the poster I found for it, too, to throw in.
The like, flaming wheelchair.
Cannot laugh every time I see that. That is just the funniest scene in that movie. Dude is set on fire and pushed.
In the remake, it's Philip Seymour Hoffman, though, so that's cool.
He's awesome. I mean,
he was awesome.
Well, he's still awesome. You can pass and still be awesome. I think it's the only time I'll ever be awesome.
Catch her. I'm gonna hurt her. I'm gonna kill her.
Tom Noonan, dude.
Yes.
Criminally underrated.
Yes, another and a weird, creepy looking killer in both those movies. So I'm gonna keep that motif going. I'm not gonna give you a palate cleanser. You're gonna stay right in that kind of area with Manhunter and The Cell. Yes.
So here's the question.
It's a heavy night.
Here's the question. Do you watch The Cell first or Manhunter first? Are you ending the night with Manhunter?
No, I feel like it's a good to go forward in time, not necessarily go backwards on this one. So I feel like Manhunter is a good ground layer for what the evening's going to be, and you kind of end in the fantastical world of The Cell.
See, yeah, mine I'm going to end with Virtuosity. So I'm going to start my day with The Cell, start it heavy, and then switch gears to Russell Crowe in that blue suit walking to Stay Alive or whatever. Staying Alive by the fucking Bee Gees.
No, Lawnmower Man 2?
Job's War can get the fuck out of here. Matt Frewer can fuck right off. I don't know.
Ooh. Future live stream to be sure. The Lawnmower Man double feature.
The Lawnmower Man quadrilogy.
Is there 4?
No, we just review 1 and 2 again.
We'll review it twice. We're going to review Lawnmower Man for 2 weeks straight.
Can I be in on that one? That'd be awesome.
All I'm ever going to talk about is having sex while wearing VR gear. That's for that whole 2 hours.
I watched you do VR. I don't know if I could do it without running into stuff.
Well, I hope to run into something. That's the whole point of having sex while wearing VR. I don't know. I want to run into it.
Run into something that dangerously, then you're very adventurous in your cybering.
Everybody always walks into my house, so I'd be in there all like, getting down with J-Lo or something, and whole family's there.
Christopher Harris.
Iron Man, let's be honest, this is not the worst thing you caught me doing.
Right.
What did Christopher say?
He said Lawnmower Man 2 was meh. Yeah, that's being nice. That's the Amazon 1-star review of Lawnmower Man 2 is just meh. Meh.
I kind of like the cheesy CG, though. I don't know why it makes me sometimes cheesy CG can be cool.
I always think of the original, subtitle they gave it, because I always heard it when the trailer was out. I was like, oh, it's called Lawnmower Man 2 Beyond Cyberspace.
Yes, originally, that original trailer that first came out.
Yeah, then it's like Job's War. Like, the fuck is this shit?
It's the spinoff. No,
don't want to watch it now.
Also, sidebar to a sidebar. One of the very first things that started with this channel, actually, it might not even been the channel. It might have been when we were discussing creating the Tuna and Racer podcast when we first started kicking it, was good old hashtag dumb Jeff Fahey, because we got on the subject of Jeff Fahey being a good actor, and then we're like, yeah, remember him in Lawnmower Man playing that slow guy? And then so hashtag dumb Jeff Fahey started.
I think I still have that stashed away on my phone. Hashtag dumb Jeff Fahey. Because I had to make it into a meme.
That's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
It always gives me Curse of Puppet Master vibes.
Lawnmower Man?
Oh, yeah, Lawnmower Man.
All right. I guess it's been a hot minute since I've seen Curse of Puppet Master, but All right, now that we're done with
enough, it hasn't been that long since I've seen Lawnmower Man, and I would not turn down the Scream Factory edition of that if I happen to come across.
Oh, we got the Insta Grizzle, my favorite part of the show. I get all amped up about Instagram.
Let's make sure our audio's working. Thumbs up in the chat if our audio's working. We got Big Bang Barley.
Good.
What?
Can you hear us?
What?
Volume's all right?
What?
Not too high?
What?
Low?
What?
In the middle?
What?
Big Bang Barley says, OMG, 3B video, I'm being hacked to death, apparently. What is this, 40 today? Is that Jason Voorhees behind you on the news?
That's awesome.
That's Jason Voorhees.
Is that you with Jason Voorhees?
You get yourself a goddamn live suspect, Big Bang Barley.
Is that you with the fart master himself, Kane Hodder?
I don't believe that's truly Kane Hodder. But, all right, that's badass,
Could
man.
be.
What do we got next? News Radio, William H. Stein. Wow, that's Joe Rogan, right?
Is it really?
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Which one is it?
It's almost in I smell something cooking.
Above the so.
I act like I can see anything.
Yeah. right next to Andy Dick in the middle.
Oh, okay. I have not seen this show.
Old Joe Rogan. Yeah, young Joe Rogan. That's awesome. That's a UFC tie-in right there.
I'm intrigued.
One of my favorite sitcoms. Can't go wrong with Dave Foley and Phil Hartman. Rest in peace, Phil Hartman, for sure.
Oh, man, yeah.
The moral of the story is don't let your wife do drugs.
Oh,
with Andy Dick.
Hey, I know that guy. He's handsome.
Michael Myers. Tortilla Myers over there.
Well,
Miguel Myers.
There's a long neck feller next to him.
That's a stack. I was very impressed.
Look at them Goosebumps. I'm sold on the Goosebumps. I like everything else. And, well, Turtles 3 and the Goosebumps kind of got me the most pumped, though.
VHS and NES asked me which one of my favorite in this stack was the other day. And it's clearly that Jason Takes Manhattan on VHS, but he was real stoked to get 976 Evil on VHS. So super proud of him because I don't even own that on VHS, and that's a fucking killer movie.
Do you have Takes Manhattan on VHS?
Yes, I do.
I don't.
Yes, I do.
Is it Phantasm 4?
Yes. Oblivion.
Which is the one with the kid that kind of defends it? 3. Yeah, that's my favorite.
3 is, I think, Evil and I's favorites as well. I don't know if it's
I like 1.
You're a 1 guy, but yeah, 3 is like the most fun.
Maybe that'll be after Friday the 13th completes the Deep Cut podcast. We'll just try to tackle the insanity of 5 Phantasm films.
Oh boy.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, look at these bad boys. Farrah Jean Video.
I'm always blown away by his collection.
Yeah, that's mine. I just picked that bad boy up.
Hey, I know that guy. Hey, it's Film Family.
Yep.
Shell Dog in the house.
What is this thing? Housewife of Horrors. Oh, this is the Housewife of Horrors just put up their new podcast episode, so check that out on all your podcast networks. That is What's Up Pam, aka Mrs. Evil. She has her very own podcast that she launched while she's in between books. She deep dives into all types of serial killer business. And
she just got done with the 2-parter on Cabrini Green / Candyman, and for whatever reason you're one of those oddball folks that seems to think I'm interesting to listen to. I co-host with her on at least the 5 episodes that are up so far on there. So it's mostly her telling her tales and research, which she is very thorough in her research, but I chime in here and there with bits. So for whatever reason you want to hear me more, I don't know why you would, but you can on another podcast.
I always want to hear you talk about things, Evil.
Look at that crew, man. I am so blessed.
We got the posse.
These guys are awesome. They made me feel so good here. I don't have a lot of friends back home, just a handful of people that'll talk to me. So when I come out here, I actually feel cool.
Ready Player Movie says that is not Kane Hodder in that picture, but he was at the convention where that photo was taken. So that's metal. Hopefully you got a million things signed by him and he was as sweet to you as he is to us.
I like how I'm taking pictures of Roger's tapes here. Like, get some internet clout.
You don't own these tapes. These are my tapes. hey, that's Mrs. DeMarco.
Yeah, that's a great picture of you too. It really captures your spirit. Look at those guys ready to drop a. What was it? Strange Monkey said they're going to drop a fire mixtape.
Yeah, you don't want me to bust out the mixtape.
Ooh, mixtapes.
Which we have experience with.
That's true. An old hip hop's a young man's game, though.
Yeah, I'm just again holding up all your cool stuff.
There's a lot of cool stuff in this video store.
Is that a real Freddy glove?
Yes, that is. I've told that story a few times, but that is one of the hero gloves from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. And I am lucky enough to actually own that. So everybody
I'll kill them for it.
Well, everybody when they come over, they want to put their hands in there because Robert Englund's hand has been in there.
Oh, I didn't even think of that, man. Yeah. Does he have soft hands?
Well, when I met him when he was 6, I don't remember. So
when you were 6.
Or when he was 6. If I met him when he was 6, that's you son of a bitch. How'd you pull that off? Yeah, let me see that.
Hey,
Quentin Collins up in the house.
Quentin Collins up in the house. He came and helped us out with the problem we had, which was really nice of him.
Look at that Lost Drive-In business.
Problems.
Look at that awesome bowling master.
I think we've been through, or we didn't look at them last week, so yeah, we'll churn through some more.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody wants to play some games with me, I'm always up for some bowling.
It's all about the game.
I'm a big fan of that Elm Street VHS, or not VHS, NES. Carnival of Souls, the Wes Craven remake on VHS, along with Duel and Komodo. I still need to own Komodo. I love that movie.
Duel's the shit.
Look at all these awesome people.
Dude, Duel is...
part of our car month that we will do either on the live stream or podcast, but eventually we're going to have like a Carmageddon month.
Oh, what is that? I haven't seen that. I want to know about that.
About Drainiac?
Yeah.
Drainiac is a super low budget, awesome movie that feels like Sam Raimi made it.
The cover's amazing.
That movie fucking kicks major ass. I love everything about it.
I love like Toxic Waste Jelly Factory
I just love that you messaged me and you're like, I'm going to buy this movie called Drainiac, and I'm like, cool.
you're like, it's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like, let me know how it goes.
Go ahead and pull the trigger.
Oh, I like that photo.
With some Cabrini Green stuff on Housewife of Horrors.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow Housewife of Horrors on Instagram.
Is that Hugh Jackman?
When she posts her episode, she posts like 3 or 4 photos that do tie in to the episode. So if you're listening to it, go back to her Instagram post and you'll see some of the pictures that will tie in to her topic of the week.
Nice. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, she's clever.
Yeah, so that way you got some visual aids along with your podcast.
Dude, your Instagram is fully loaded. What is going on?
We scrolled back.
Look at that beefy boy.
Snarls with it. Look at how muscly he is. He was prepping to kill the
grave.
Throw
some thumbs up if you think that's a beefy boy.
He's as beefy as it gets. All the way back to 4th of July with our Independence Day shit. Snarls and I both think alike. Let's post pictures of our
people too. He's such a nice guy.
Snarls is the king.
And he's going to be a star soon, I hear.
Oh, you just scroll right past my DVD copy of Dingleberries, the killer poop movie.
I try to get pictures with people before they get famous because you're like, yeah, I fucking know that guy.
There it is, poop. Dingleberries. The greatest movie in the history of the world.
We gotta watch that later. That looks like a treat.
That'll blow your mind.
Are those puppet Dingleberries?
They are.
Oh, I'm in.
Poop puppets.
Oh,
that's everything I love in a movie, like poop humor and puppets.
Favorite Joe Dante movie? The Burbs.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know that there's anything else to say. I mean, he's got a ton of great movies, but when I think Dante, I just think The Burbs. I've actually watched that once this week already. So
we had that on repeat when we moved into our house. We just immediately set the TV up, and I was like, "I'm gonna put this on repeat." So it's playing throughout the entire
while
day.
You're moving in.
Yeah,
you're chanting. Well, we got about 5 minutes
left. Here, it's all over.
So I suppose we've already taken a look at Instagram. Real quick, final thoughts. So I'll just start with my final thoughts. This is a 21-year-old movie. It's aged very well. It has a lot of replay value. It's a movie that I feel like every time you watch it, you'll catch something a little bit, that you didn't see the first time, or you'll just notice something that's super fucking cool you just didn't pick up on. Very visually pleasing, lots of fun. Heavy, but it's a good one, If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, check it out. Don't let the 1-star reviews, don't let the shitty posters, don't let the fact that we've said there's a ton of CGI in it, don't let all of those things deter you. Watch this movie, because it's rad as fuck. Whoever.
No, I'll go.
All right.
Well, you mentioned the CGI, but I feel like they mostly use it for compositing weird stuff together, which makes it cool to me. And there's also a tremendous amount of great-looking practical effects in this movie, which get me pretty hyped, and also the attention to the art. It feels like, as I mentioned earlier, you could turn down any element of this movie and just enjoy the art of it. So, and I also really like how they kind of looked into the mind of the detective a little bit, and J-Lo. And although I would have liked some closure on the Monkey Lock or whatever, Monkey Lock or whatever.
Monkey Lock.
That sounds like its own movie.
The Mocalito. The Mojitos.
What?
2 mojitos.
What?
3 mojitos.
What?
4 mojitos.
What?
I'm drunk.
Evil's always saving. I'll do really good on the show, and I'll get to final thoughts, and I always drop the ball. But thank you, Evil, for saving that.
All right, Evil, your final thoughts. Hey, before we leave, I'm gonna challenge someone to get Evil real drunk, because he was already stumbling over his words. So
that was, I would have stumbled over those words regardless. It did not matter how much alcohol was involved, especially with Dino Freno.
What?
Dion Freno.
What?
Dion Freno.
What?
Vinny D in this movie is always gonna fuck me up. I'll say this: when we were hit with the Patreon request of I would like this movie, my instinct initially inside was because I only have seen this movie once. It didn't blow me away when I saw it, and I was not really like, yeah, to see it again. I really, really wasn't. And it showed, because I was like, I don't even own this movie, so I have to actually use some of this money donated to us to buy the damn thing so I could watch it again. But watching it again after 21 years of not seeing it, I'm like, wow, I don't know. I'm totally gonna have to just chalk it up to being 16 and like, yeah, I just wasn't ready for this movie yet.
Yeah.
38, I feel, I'm perfectly set for this movie. It's got some shit that is silly to it. That is just what we do. We pick apart silly stuff. Doesn't deter from it. I'm glad I finally went back after 21 years to check this movie out. I don't regret it a single bit. I enjoyed the movie. And for an hour and 47 minutes to go by as fast as it did says something, because it's super hard, even on anything, to not feel compelled to either check the time, see how far you are in the movie, or to grab your phone just to, check an email or something really quick. It's really hard on about anything. And I don't recall doing it at all for the entire runtime. And I was like, the only reason I did check the time is the wife came back and was like, "You're still watching this?" I was like, "Yeah, I thought it was, it is an hour 47 minutes. I thought it was a standard 90.
Mm-hmm.
So
Whoa,
thoroughly enjoyed coming back to it.
I didn't even catch
Very
it in my
good
mouth.
stuff. You will enjoy it. It warrants rewatching, and I am the primest example of just that.
Yes. Yeah, those were top-notch final thoughts, my dude.
I came just to catch gumballs in my mouth the whole time.
So now that we're done talking about The Cell, we do have something scheduled for next Friday, and then I believe the Friday after that there will be no live stream because
taking the week off.
Evil and I.
Hey, Dewey commented.
Dewey!
Oh, wish you said no. Wish we said no to what? Doing The Cell?
Maybe he's the one that got thrown the gauntlet down for his birthday. Maybe it's Dewey's birthday.
It might have been
Happy
Dewey's
birthday, Dewey.
Might
we
be
can't
your
sing
birthday.
happy birthday, but how about we play you this instead?
Yeah, you can.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Holy crap. Well, so next week we will be here. Evil, you want to let them know what we're doing next week? Do you remember?
We're doing something out of the realm of what we've kind of been doing with some movies that like, oh, I've heard of that or I've seen that. This is one you may have missed, and a lot of people probably missed. But if you got Shudder, you got a week to check it out. You got a homework assignment, as they say on DISA. Go check it out, because we're gonna cover something very unique and very cool, and something that very much hits the nostalgia sweet spot in the perfect of perfect ways. We're gonna talk the WNUF Halloween special.
Yes. I've been waiting
because Christmas is Halloween for us, and Christmas in July is a thing. So Halloween in July is going to be our.
That's right.
We were excuse to stuff that in there.
Right. We were not going to wait until October to cover the WNUF. Evil and I was it me? Was I the one that put you onto this? Because I've been a fan of the WNUF Halloween special for a while. Chris LaMartina is one of the most talented, underrated fucking directors in the world, and I'm going to get into that next week. But I put Evil onto that, and now he is a firm believer. We love it, and I cannot wait.
It's on Shudder. You have no excuse. If you can't find the disc, join the club, but go on Shudder.
Yeah, I was going to say you pronounced that wrong. It's
Shudder.
So
it's what?
Shudder.
So check it before I fuck my throat up. Shudder. But check it out on Shudder. And, be ready for next week, because we're going to get into it. We're going to talk, because there's a sequel coming out. So we're going to be...
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'll send you all the stuff about the sequel. We'll get into all that. But in 2 weeks, we will not be here, because Evil and I... Okay, let's just put that out there. If you're in the Lawrence, Kansas area...
Yeah, if you're in the Lawrence, Kansas area around the weekend of the August 5th, 6th, 7th, it is the Slash and Bash Film Festival. My wife is going to be there promoting her abandoned books that she's been doing. She's got the 5 books, and we're going to be there slanging VHS tapes, trying to get more subs, just promoting the channel. But we're a part of the Slash and Bash Film Festival. So in 2 weeks, we won't be here. We'll be actually doing a gig, but don't worry, it's only 1 week. We'll be coming back the following week with, believe it or not, another patron requested live stream.
Yes. So if you are in the Lawrence, Kansas area, I believe we're going to be there all 3 days.
Yep.
Slanging tapes, signing autographs, which is a weird thing. I was really thinking about that. I'm like, we're going to be signing 8x10s. Like somebody wants my fucking signature on an 8x10.
I want it. It'd be cool.
Bring 8x10s. I'm just bringing tapes for sale.
It's so weird to do these things. But yeah, we're going to be hanging out, talking horror movies, hobnobbing, running around. Here's the cool thing. I don't give a fuck about any of the movies they're showing or anything, but that sounds really shitty, but Jay Underwood is going to be there, who was in the ill-fated Fantastic Four movie, and who is also the lead in one of my favorite shitty little direct-to-video slashers called Sleep Stalker, which I also reviewed on the channel. So I get to meet Jay Underwood.
He's most commonly known as Bug from Uncle Buck.
That's true.
Last name Spray.
So in 2 weeks, we're going to be fucking hanging out with Jay Underwood, and I'm kind of geeking. I'm going to bother that motherfucker so much.
I just want to come for the VHS tape.
You don't have to buy any VHS tapes from us. We'll just give them to you. You got to prove to us that you're subscribed to our channel.
I was just saying, I am subscribed to your channel.
If you show up to us,
I'm subscribed to your house.
But if you prove your subscription service to us, show me you're a sub to the channel, a tape is on us.
I can never find my phone.
Well, if you can't prove you're subscribed, you get shit.
You better have money.
Yeah, you can buy tapes for $1. But either way, we got a lot of shit going on over these next couple of weeks, and hopefully a lot of the editing to the movie will be done. And we're still shooting for an October 31st release date. Still up in the air about a couple of premiere places, because we're in talks with the theater in my hometown. Evil is in talk with some theaters near him. So maybe a couple of dates, couple of shows, stuff like that. But More
it's
on that.
Tour.
Yeah,
it's a tour.
Yeah, if that happens, I'm
flying. 2-city tour.
A tour. But either way,
I like it. We're doing a tour.
A tour. But on that note, guys, I suppose we should probably get going because, after all, there's a lot of movies out there and somebody's got to watch them. So why not us, right?
Hi, my name's Mikey, and it's my goal to turn my home into my own private video store. When I started this channel, I only had a handful of tapes. And now I can swim through them like I'm a VHS Scrooge McDuck. On my channel, we're gonna pay our respects to the last remaining video stores. We'll review some VCR tech. And we'll probably build some stupid stuff out of VHS tapes. The VHS community is the best around. And dudes, I can't wait to meet you guys.
Oh no.
Oh, hey!
I guess we're back. It's time, Evil. It's time for the Cryptid Corner.
Cryptid Corner and claws banging on my chair in the back. Yes, welcome to Cryptid Corner with 3B Video, where we discuss a new cryptid every single week on the live stream to inform the folks of the cryptids that are out there. And you're wondering, maybe, where am I getting my information from? Where's the source material of this? This is all coming from the Unnatural Order of the Three-Eyed Skulls Field Guide to Cryptids, Creatures, Creeps, Demons, Horrors, Haints, Hags, Ghosts, Monsters, Mutants, and Madmen, Volume 1. And tonight, we're discussing a very unique cryptid, a very special cryptid. This is X, the Butcher.
Not the musty
Seen here in an artist rendering.
X, all right, give us this X artist rendering. It's fucking exhibit.
It's no Okipuss. Are we ever going to do the Okipuss?
We will cover the Okipuss.
Oklahoma could be in here. There's a lot to go.
Wait a second. So does this cryptid pimp my ride? Is that what happens?
Well, we will get into it. On June 3rd, 2019 is the date. And again, we're in Oakhurst, Ontario.
Again, in Canada.
Canada is crawling with cryptids. I think there's more cryptids than people there.
Canadies.
We'll have to ask Groovy.
Police are still at a loss to explain a recent spat of mutilation murders in the small town of Oakhurst. All victims have been attacked with a meat cleaver. No one can explain the strange, glowing material found at the scenes of the attacks. There has also been an increase in UFO sightings in the area. This is the work of X, the Butcher.
So X, the Butcher, he just goes around and fucking hacks people up with a meat cleaver.
That's very uninspired.
He's a very lackluster.
There's also increased UFO activity in the area. Do not discount the UFO activity, Roger. Do not be one of those guys. It's real. It's happening. It's out there. It's science.
I think
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
All right. See you guys next week.
I've been the verbal Norman Bates since 1998. Sick of all the hate, I'm about to kill them all today. I'm a hip-hop fusion with screws that are loosen, genre abusing, vomit on blueprints. You couldn't box me in a coffin. Locked in, I'm the monster from the trioxin toxin. Don't forget it, I'm a sick, twisted idiot. Killing off little kids, say I'm out revision it. Get it, bitch, I'm a Camp Crystal Lake type. Waiting late night, get you with a steak knife. Verbal monster, yeah, you know the rest of it. Crash your slumber party, make a mess of it. I'm on some driller killer maniac ill shit. Duct tape, shovels, drill bits. Say I'm not hip hop and it's a feud. I'm in a troll 2 mood and you bitches are food. You don't want it with me because I'm coming and I will not stop until you all are running. I'm bringing the pain, stomping out brains, killing these lames. Cause I am a monster. I am the man with the visions of death, the bringer of stress, the killer of flesh, the illest and yes, I'm filling requests. So tell me who's next. Cause I am a monster. Yeah, they live. Roddy Piper wasn't lying. I'm about to get violent. So much being silent. I'm a proper blend of attitude and essence, letting out aggression with my vocals as a weapon. So much cookie cutter crap that these kids are calling rap. I just sit back and laugh while they call me an ass, and I'm supposed to just take it. Watch you fake it like you're so amazing. I'm the slaughterer known as the monster that's coming for all of you. Pray to your father. Cause I'm sick of all the lame rhymes. I'd kill 99% of you with one line. One lawnmower strapped to my chest plate. Now that's the best way to leave a mess of dead weight. And so it's said I'm the Voorhees of the rap game. Overstay my welcome but still leaving cats slain. You don't want it with me because I'm coming and I will not stop until you all are running. I'm bringing the